Sweet!
Welcome to the third run of Idiots with Trucks and Heavy Equipment Fails, where metal meets mayhem and common sense takes a day off. This is Fail Grid, your front row seat to pure adrenaline-fueled destruction. This trailer truck turns the highway into a nightmare. It looks like the brakes failed, leaving it completely out of control. It nearly slams into a cabin truck which barely escapes. The trailer then topples, slamming into the side rails, getting dragged along the road. We just can't get enough of idiot truckers and can-opener bridges. A truck collides with the East Street Bridge in Westwood. Standing at 10 feet 6 inches, the bridge is 2 feet shorter than the truck. The impact rips the box section apart, sending insulation spilling across the road. Another victim added to this notorious low-clearance bridge. A lift gone wrong turns into a costly disaster. A crane lifts a heavy load at a construction site. As it rises, the balance shifts. The weight overpowers the machine and it tilts dangerously. Seconds later, the entire crane crashes down. 2 workers on top are thrown off on impact, hitting the ground hard. Miraculously, they escape without serious injuries. This piece of garbage explodes the truck in Whitehall, Ohio. Sanitation workers dump garbage into their truck when an oxygen tank, illegally discarded, suddenly explodes. The blast is so powerful it triggers the city's gunshot detection system. Trash collectors scramble, narrowly escaping disaster. The explosion leaves the truck damaged, but the workers walk away, shaken yet unharmed. A passenger train smashes a truck and triggers a fireball. In central Java, Indonesia, on July 18th, a trailer truck gets stuck on a rail crossing. The train slams into it at full speed, dragging it down the tracks. The wreck slams into a canal bridge and the truck erupts in flames. One passenger jumps from the carriage, suffering injuries. No fatalities were reported. Excess weight and bad timing turn a heavy lift into a crushing disaster. A crane lifts a massive combine harvester at Puerto Cabello. It hangs in the air longer than expected, straining the cables. Suddenly, the worst happens. The cable snaps. The harvester somersaults mid-air before plummeting to the ground. The impact shatters the machine, leaving it in ruins. This semi-truck flips, sending cows flying. Security footage from Lucky Joe's liquor store in Nellie, Nebraska shows the truck makes a turn, veers off the road, and slams into a pole. The impact rips the trailer open, launching cattle through the roof. They land just inches from the liquor store. The building stays intact, but 3 cows die on impact and 4 more are put down. There is no controller demolition, only disaster. Demolition crew sets up to bring down a towering chimney, but the timing is off, way off. Instead of collapsing as planned, the structure falls too soon, tilting straight onto the building behind it. Bricks smash through the roof, leaving a wrecked site behind. Smoke and debris fill the site, turning visibility to 0. Tanker truck carrying 44,000 liters of ethanol loses control on a highway south of Sao Paulo. As it rounds a turn, it tips over, slamming into a guardrail before bursting into flame. A massive fireball erupts, sending smoke into the sky. The burning tanker detaches, sliding down BR-277 and smashing into 14 vehicles. 6 lives lost in a highway disaster caught on camera. This construction site becomes a demolition site. A heavy-duty crane hoists a Liebherr LTM-1 301 from a bridge, preparing to lower it to the ground. Mid-air, disaster strikes as the cable snaps. The massive machine free-falls, slamming onto beams and construction materials. A deafening crash shakes the site as dust and debris spread everywhere, leaving behind total destruction. The truck cab gets chopped. A truck in Hangzhou, China, slams its emergency brakes to stop at a red signal. The real danger is behind the cab. An unsecured steel plate slides forward like a blade, slicing through the cabin. The driver, strapped in by his seatbelt, avoids being thrown out but gets trapped inside. Miraculously, he escapes with minor injuries. The station dodges a fiery disaster. In Zhangjiakou, North China, a parked truck suddenly rolls toward a gas station. The driver rushes in, trying to stop it with his own body. Bad move. The force knocks him down, and the truck rolls over him. It crashes into a gas pump, causing petrol to spill. Miraculously, the driver escapes with minor injuries. Tire blows, then all hell breaks loose. A truck loaded with fruit speeds down the highway. Suddenly, a tire blows out. A chunk of rubber shoots into the air as the truck swerves wildly, struggling for balance. It veers left, then right, before losing control completely. The crash is brutal. Cargo explodes across the road as the truck drags violently to a stop, leaving a highway covered in smashed fruit. Truck cab loses its brakes and veers off the road, barreling toward disaster. Ahead, a stationary truck loaded with pipes stands by. Workers nearby. The runaway cab slams into it at full force. Pipes go airborne, flying in all directions. Workers scramble, narrowly escaping a direct hit, but the impact isn't enough. The cab keeps moving, skidding into a brutal road rash. Lift a rock and lose a truck. A boom truck sits on the edge of a cliff, clearing a landslide. The pickup goes smoothly, but the drop turns deadly. As the boom swings to load the rock onto the truck bed, the weight shifts violently. The entire truck tilts, dragged forward. In seconds, both the truck and rock plunge off the cliff, swallowed by the depths below. This bridge swallows a loaded truck whole. A truck loaded heavy rolls toward a wooden bridge, the only way across the river. Workers stand by as the driver carefully inches forward.
Ele é muito experiente, ele sabe passar nas pontes. Naelson, faz parte aí do agrupamento GRA. Isso, Naelson, com calma.
Guiding the massive weight over the fragile planks. When the last wheel touches the bridge, without warning, one side snaps. The truck tilts, loses balance, and topples over, crashing into the river below.
Isso, Naelson. Vai devagar, né? Devagar, Naelson. Devagar, moço. Devagar, vai. Vou devagar. Vamos que você vê.
This rock flips a dumper in seconds. An excavator carefully lifts a massive boulder, aiming to place it into a mini dumper. The drop looks perfect, but the weight shifts instantly. tipping the tiny truck on its side. The operator sees it coming and jumps out just in time. Moments later, the dumper crashes onto its side, proving it was no match for the load.
Oh, yeah.
This container unloads and crushes by itself. A crane lifts a mega container and cables are secured at all four corners for safe handling. As it descends, disaster strikes. The container caves in. The cables stay intact, but the structure buckles under pressure. The reason? Containers are designed to handle weight at their corners, not their roof. Lifting from the top puts immense stress on weak points, causing sudden collapse. This JCB unloads itself straight into trouble. The operator places the boom on the ground and crawls to the truck bed's edge. Something feels off. He and a helper climb up, checking the rear. Convinced it's fine, he hops back in and starts descending. But at the last moment, reality hits. He jumps off just in time as the JCB topples over. Heavy load bends this offshore pedestal crane beyond its limit. As the operator booms up, the hoist brake fails and the entire system collapses. The crane struggles under the weight before the overloaded payload drags the boom downward. Metal twists, then snaps completely. The heavy load plunges into the sea, barely missing a nearby boat, avoiding an even bigger disaster. €100 million gone as crane crashes. The Liebherr offshore crane on the Orion suddenly snaps, bending backwards under extreme strain. Moments earlier, it attempted to lift a 5,500-ton pontoon from the water. The tension proved, and it caused the hook to snap. This sent the crane into a violent backward jerk. Its towering boom smashes into the ship and the key before collapsing into a catastrophic wreck. This hauling car drops its load in the middle of the road. A car carrier cruises northbound on I-95 near Norwalk. As it passes exit 16, disaster strikes. The top rear car smashes into the overpass, peeling open like a can. Metal rips apart, sending debris raining onto the road. The highway turns into a scrapyard in seconds, proving once again the low clearance wins every time. This ambulance takes itself for a ride. A hauling truck speeds down the highway, carrying multiple ambulances. But the last one isn't secured enough. The straps fail, and the ambulance breaks loose. With speed and momentum, it rolls off the truck, driving itself across the highway. It veers toward the right shoulder, moving on its own like a ghost vehicle. This mobile crane had no chance. At a ship dock, it begins lifting a heavy barrel, but the front wheels immediately lift off the ground. Clear warning for the operator to stop now, but instead of resetting, the crew pushes their luck, trying to finish the job. The weight is too much, and the crane tips backwards, landing on its rear, leaving the operator stuck inside, waiting for rescue. This truck found the wrong parking spot. Dash cam footage near Toronto captures a rental truck drifting off the road. plows into a ditch, slams into a hydro pole, and then the unexpected happens. The back end lifts high into the air. In a bizarre twist, the truck lands right on top of a house, turning a simple drive into a rooftop wreck. A truck carrying 500 kilograms of bricks meets a road that can't handle the weight. In China, the weakened road surface fails to support the massive weight. As the truck inches forward, the ground suddenly gives way. A 2-meter deep sinkhole swallows the rear, tilting the truck sharply. Bricks spill everywhere as the weight accelerates the collapse, leaving the vehicle trapped in the earth. A dump truck turns into a fireball at a road construction site. While unloading sand, it moves forward to spread the load evenly, but the driver misses one deadly detail of overhead power lines. As the raised truck bed touches the wires, electricity surges through the metal. Sparks fly, flames erupt, and workers rush in for rescue. This truck took the wrong kind of plunge. The driver of a tractor trailer full of mail speeds onto an overpass from Interstate 95 to the Massachusetts Turnpike, heading into a tight hairpin turn. Signs warn 25 miles per hour max, but the truck pushes its luck. The cab tips first, nosediving straight into the Charles River. The trailer follows, flipping overhead before splashing down in a cloud of debris. Train slams into a reckless truck that refuses to wait. As a track-laying train exits an intersection, the impatient truck speeds forward, assuming the way is clear. But it isn't. The train's bow smashes into the truck's side, flipping it over instantly. The driver and passenger are thrown down with it, crashing hard onto the road.
That's how you do it.
A catering truck goes rogue at O'Hare International Airport. With no one at the wheel, it spins wildly next to a parked plane, tossing food trays everywhere. Workers and passengers watch in shock as it circles out of control. A quick-thinking worker jumps into a pushback tug, ramming the truck and flipping it over. The accelerator appears to have stuck, turning the vehicle into a dangerous airport hazard. Enjoying the chaos? Watch more extreme truck and heavy equipment fails by Fail Grid. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more wild compilations.